What am I say? I hate when they cast people with the wrong complexion. I think skin color is. I'm not saying it's like important, but like it's a big part of the black experience. Like it doesn't mean that one is better. It just is what it is. You know, being dark skin is a thing. Being light skin is a thing. It doesn't mean that one is better or one. It just is. It just is part of your identity. So when they cast this nigga to play Michael Jackson, it's like Michael Jackson was never this color even before he turned that. And that there's nothing anything wrong with that. It just ends up looking not right. It's not real. Like this is crazy. Look at this. And they casted a dude that was like 6'4" or 6'5", and Michael Jackson's like 5'10", so it just naturally never looked like Michael Jackson for so many reasons. Even with all this, it just looks like Flex wearing Michael Jackson costume and his bad makeup. This is ass. The only person that I give the this is ass. The only time that it worked was Jason Weaver as Michael Jackson. For some reason, he was just so good. This looks nothing like Michael Jackson. These are the same person. These are supposed to be the same person. You don't get light skin when you get older. Rest in peace, Wiley Draper, though. I mean, Michael wasn't super light, I guess, but I believe this was Michael Jackson. I guess Michael wasn't super light. He was more like a brown, not like a like chocolate type. You know what I mean? Pause. And not that it doesn't matter. It's just is what it is. Like people that are dark skinned should be happy. People that are light skinned should be happy. It's them. It's their identity. Like so, it's not. It doesn't mean any shit. I just the best person to play Michael Jackson though, Wiley Draper. I'm not gonna lie. He doesn't even look like Michael that much, but he just captured his essence. I'm curious to see how Jafar does as Michael because he sounds exactly like him. That's the crazy part. He just sounds like him so much. This is actually isn't that like Randy Jackson's actual son? Or maybe Jermaine's son. Maybe Jermaine's son, the real son. So he actually looks like the person. He got lighter with age, like car paint, uh, type shit. And it could happen, I guess. Like as a kid, if you go outside, you're playing outside, you might be a little dark skinned than somebody that like stays inside all day. Yes, of course that could happen. Fine. Flex a fool. Yeah, that was crazy. That was the worst shit I've ever. And it's just like, even he was like, and he tells his story. He was like, I told him, and I was like, you sure? Like they're like, nah, it'll work, it'll work. So he's like, fuck it, I'll just do it. Uh, One half of me is tan, the other side is pasty because you've been driving in that sun. Uh, Another bad casting was when they did the Aaliyah movie and who they casted for Missy Elliott. So they casted this girl for Missy Elliott, even though Missy Elliott at the time looked like this. They casted like the new looking Missy Elliott, but sometimes they the actor picks who plays them though, low key. That's the truth. I remember we were on set for the New Edition movie, and we were rolling with Maurice Starr, uh, who is the general. Shout out Maurice. Um, and so Maurice kind of looked like, no, I can't find a '90s picture of him. He kind of was like this in the '90s, and so they casted Faison for it. And I remember Faison right here, Faison from Friday, Big Worm. Um, and I remember Maurice was complaining like, man, why they cast that? I can't. He doesn't look nothing like me. Why they cast him? And everyone was like, Maurice, you chose him to play you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes that's why people come out with weird casting because sometimes the person that they're playing has a hand in who's playing them. Sometimes. Uh, yeah, there's some good casting though. There's some good fucking cast. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, but sometimes it just is so good. Uh, Yeah, I think that Michael Jackson casting is bad. Uh, Jafar Jackson. A lot of people are mad at this Michael movie, and I think a big problem is okay. So does Jafar look anything like Michael Jackson? It's like they look close enough to be related because they are, but they're just two different people. But it is kind of weird that people expect the person to look exactly. At least they're like the same skin tone. At least they have similar build, similar facial structure. I guess something is just I don't know. Yeah, it's just the I don't know what it is. But I mean, it looks similar enough. I mean, he doesn't not look like Michael Jackson. You know, he just doesn't particularly look like him. Like he looks like Michael Jackson when he's not trying to look like Michael Jackson. That's what they should have just kept his face normal, like and not did the prosthetics until it was absolutely necessary. They just should have just let him rock like this. It's a yes and a no at the same time. It's a 6'7". He looks more. I would accept this version of him as Michael, and I think that's why people were initially excited. But then when they add all the extra shit, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know what it is. This shit was weird. But then there's some people on Twitter going, he looks exactly like him. And I'm like, where? But at the same time, I got to catch myself because he doesn't need to look exactly like him. But it's like they tried too hard. That's why I wish Michael was alive because he'd be like, nah, 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 you're doing this shit wrong. Like Michael, I think the main thing about Michael, look how spaced out his eyes are. That's like a very distinct look. His eyes are very close together. Not very close, they're just more normal. And that'll change the whole thing. Now let's look at Wiley Draper. He has wide spaced out eyes too. He doesn't really look like Michael, but they're kind of more spaced out than the other guy. I don't know why. He just gives Michael. I don't know why. Maybe because I saw this movie at a young age and didn't see a lot of Jackson 5 shit until later. So this is just burned in my brain as how Michael looked, even though they don't really look that similar. Maybe their head shape is similar. Like they didn't even change his nose that much and it worked. I don't know. Rest in peace, Wiley, though. I think the kid Michael Jackson looks like him, though. The kid that they chose to play the kid Michael looks like him. Even how they picked out this dude to play Joe Jackson, that was a weird casting, too. This shit made no sense at all. Oh, hold on. To play the dad, he looks nothing like the Joe Jackson. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a weird choice. He's like tall, but sometimes you gotta pick somebody to play it. Ty said Fabio mad because he thinks he looks like Michael. However, he is talentless and sounds nothing like him. Also, the movie is about his entire life. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yo, low key though, I mean, that's as close as you can get though. He's like a very specific era of Michael. He's like bad Michael. Like he's like if Michael stayed in like bad. Damn. We got to do like the side by side of. I feel like they could have threw Fabio in like the end where like Michael's just like in his older years and just like accepting awards and shit. I think they could have threw him in, but yeah, he also yeah. I've never seen it. He's like 65% Michael Jackson, but that missing like 35%. No, he's like 60% Michael Jackson. Missing 40% is crucial. It's like all the 60 goes into the looks, and then that rest that's like no, it's like more like 50. All the other like talent and stuff is just not there. He knows all the moves, he's just not good at doing them. And his actual singing voice is actually similar to Michael, but he just is not a great singer like Michael, so it just falls flat. Damn, I wish there was a side by side of all of them. Fabio Jackson, Wiley, Draper, Jafar. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I don't know why it pisses me off so much. Like you just like if you just take this picture alone, when have have we ever seen Michael Jackson look like that? Even though he probably has worn that exact outfit, it's just not even recognizable. I don't know. Something's just off about it to me. Even though yeah, he's literally wearing it in this without the jacket. Something I don't know. I can't explain it. What it is. I think Michael's cheekbones are more pronounced. Similar lower half. All right, if we cut off the top of, does this look like Michael? It doesn't not look like Michael. If we only do eyes, oh, we can't do it. I would have to like, let me see. Does that look like Michael? A little bit. If I only saw this, and you asked me who it was, I might say Michael Jackson. If you only show, oh fuck. If you only showed me, oh, where is it? Oh, I can't do it. How did I do that before with the mouth? Oh yeah. If you only showed me this, would I say Michael Jackson? Low key. I don't know. I don't know. Something is just, I don't know. But I think we've gotten too spoiled and we want people to look like the person too much. But sometimes that matters though. Like your identity, your complexion, your facial shape, your height, everything matters. That contributes to how you present yourself in the world. So I think it does matter in a way. So it's sometimes not like looking like the exactly like the person, but at least being the same type of person that they would be, if that makes sense. Yeah, this shit's fucked. Here, we'll do it like this. Why? We'll pull them up all side by side. All right, so we'll go to Wiley as Michael. Let's find the best one. All right, this one, not bad. We'll do Jafar Jackson as Michael. What's the best shot of him? I don't know. I haven't found one shot of him from this movie that I'm like, that's it. So maybe like during one era, he really, really looks like him. So it's kind of just awkward for all the other eras because they have to keep the same actor. Maybe it's something like that. We'll just say this is the best photo, even though I don't think it is. Open image. How do I do that? A new tab. So then we go here. We need four. We need the real Michael. Let's say Michael Jackson. We'll call this Beat It Michael. Oh, I guess we have a photo of him already next to the. We'll just do this. Yo, Wiley does kind of like take the kick. I'm not gonna lie. Pause. Open a new tab. All right, we'll do this. We'll do this. And we'll do this. Ty said, "Oh yeah, Fabio. Christy Chan, how are ya? Oh, the new MJ movie. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, I heard that they're gonna have to make it into two parts because of they couldn't get clearance to do something the right way. They couldn't include the other family member, so they have to like reshoot scenes that only are about Michael, and then I guess they can do it for the sequel. I'm good though. How are you? So, are we forgetting one? I guess we would put Fabio there, but fuck that. Fabio can't be this Michael. He won't look like this Michael. He'll just look like the other Michael. I'm good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Appreciate you. Appreciate the follow too. Yeah, we're just discussing it. How do you feel about it? Do you think that Jafar is okay? Let's put these in this order actually, because this is the order it came in. Oh no, I can't do it. It's okay. So this is Michael. This is from the American Dream movie. This is Wiley Draper. Rest in peace. I don't think that he particularly looks like Michael, but at least maybe he was the same type of dude because of this movie's old, so they weren't so far away from the 80s when this came out, so they could, you know, they could get closer to the authenticity, if you know what I mean, like get closer to the hairstyles, the clothing. Jafar is also, I think he might be biracial too, so his features might be a little different. Wiley's killing it, even though who looks more like the actual Michael, Jafar or Wiley? I don't think Jafar looks anything like him. Oh yeah, Brandon Howard. Yeah, 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 yeah. We know who Brandon. We'll look up B Howard. People, I know people that know them that will swear that B Howard is Michael Jackson's real son. Damn, we gotta find the right picture of him. B Howard is crazy though. He sounds exactly like him, but I think Jafar still sounds more like him though. All right, we'll put B Howard here. Open. Wait, where is that? Open image in new tab. Fuck, I'm running out of space. Hold up, hold up. We got this. They told you, don't you ever come around here. Where did that other window go? We got this. We got this. No worries. Her. This is not a good example of B. Howard. There's better. I'll play even a video of him. So you said you don't think Jafar looks like him, but if you could get the mannerisms and hey, right. So what's gonna sell the movie? Ty said, seen pics of Howard that look like him and some that don't. Yeah, I think when he was younger too. I think that's the thing. I think some people tap into very specific eras of MJ. Like Fabio is later in life Michael, right? I mean, later, late 90s to or 90s to the rest of his life Michael. That doesn't transfer to the other Michaels. So is it the voice that sells it? Is it the singing and dancing ability? Is it the look that sells it? Is it just the good acting? Wiley is my goat. B. Howard, we don't know if B. Howard can act. Jafar apparently can just act because I don't know. He can just act. He's probably grown up in this industry and can just do that shit. Of course, no, it's gonna be a huge movie. That's gonna be a thing. This is gonna be one of those movies where people are gonna go to see how bad it is in a good way, and it'll probably be one of those things where people are gonna be like, "Damn, like I thought this shit was gonna be ass and it was way better." Sometimes the songs save it. Sometimes the mannerisms save it. You know what movie? Oh, you know what movie I kind of had a problem with, but it was also kind of good. It's kind of how I felt about the Bob Marley movie. When I saw the previews, I was like, "This looks fucking ass." But then when I watched it, I was like, I don't mind if the dude is like 6'3" and Bob Marley's like 5'2". That was probably the worst thing that bothered me is that the height, because as a five, however tall Bob Marley was, probably 5'7", that is a completely different experience in life than someone that's over 6 feet. It's just different. Your confidence is different. You have to carry your confidence in a different way. It's just a different person. You're looking up versus looking down. You're just a different type of person. It's not the same. Like, and it doesn't mean that being taller or being shorter is better. It's just different. It's not the same thing. Just even like if he's in a scene and like he has to grab something from like a counter, that's way different than somebody's that's like 6'2" and then somebody's like 5'7". It's just like just those little nuances of like going on your tippy toes or grabbing a stool or something. Not saying that if you're 5'7" you have to do that. I'm just saying like whatever the height is, it's just even like if you ever see him and he's walking in a scene, he has to like duck under something. That just probably didn't exist in Bob Marley's world. So that's why I think casting is super important, because the human that you're trying to capture, it it just has to work. You know what I'm saying? It just has to like make sense, because it's just different. It's just everybody is their own combination. It's different. But yeah, the Bob Marley, I'm 5'2" and use a stool. Right, exactly. If you were 6 feet, it wouldn't even be in your world. You know. So the Bob Marley movie, it had redeeming points because the music was so good. Seeing them make the music was so good. There was some, even though the movie wasn't like the craziest movie, it was very entertaining, and it was like, okay, I actually fuck with the movie more than I thought. But from the preview, I was like, I didn't even want to see it. That's how annoyed I was with that movie. But then I was like, oh shit, I'm actually glad I watched this shit. So, and that was the problem with, so hopefully Jafar is like a fucking carbon copy of Michael with just a slightly different face. If it's just a slightly different face, that's literally what acting is. So I can't be too mad at that. I feel like they should have probably left some of the prosthetics alone and just like did it at the final point where his nose is just completely different. But even still, like even this nose that they have on him here, if he was just with the white skin, he would just look like Michael Jackson. It wouldn't even be that different. If anything, just add on like a little bit on the nostrils, which I guess they did maybe. I don't know. It's just you can't make a small nose by putting it on top of a bigger nose. It just doesn't work that way. Like it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So you're better off keeping it as small as possible and contouring with makeup and everything. But you know what it is. I'm sure it's gonna be fire. Sometimes when you see something out of context, it looks crazy. But then when you see it all put together and it's color corrected and they soften up the film and you know what I'm saying? It just looks different. And sometimes they put stuff out to get the audience reaction, and then sometimes they come back and fix it for the final thing too. Remember how Sonic the Hedgehog looked when they first presented that movie? They had to change the whole character because people were like, "What the fuck is this?" So Michael's eyes were definitely bigger. That's definitely one of his distinct traits, is that he had huge eyes. Wiley's eyes aren't that huge, but they at least are spread out more, and Jafar's eyes are closer together. That makes a huge difference on how you look. Though they do have the same jawline. I don't know if it's prosthetics. The jawline is similar. The mouth, he has a big mouth like Michael. The cheekbones, they are kind of pronounced like Michael. The eyebrows are completely wrong. Even just the eyebrows can make you look so different. Like he has these tiny little woman eyebrows, and Michael had these big, even his eyebrows are skinny here. But this would be closer. Boom, boom. It's completely different. That doesn't look real. This looks like makeup. Not that Michael wasn't wearing makeup, but probably not here. It's just different. I don't know. Yeah, Jafar's face is longer as well. Is that what it is? He has a longer face. True. Michael's head is a little more square than oblong. Yep. But again, we're nitpicking, right? We're nitpicking because we're in 2025. We have 4K and HD. We can see every detail. When we saw this shit, this nigga looked like fucking Michael because we were watching on a fuzzy ass TV. It was shot on some older film. It's not 4K, so he just looked like him. I don't know how. He didn't even sound like him that much when you think about it. He did, but he didn't. Jafar sounds exactly like Michael. That's one thing. And I remember another bad casting was in the NWA movie. Ty said his nose was skinny too. Yeah, exactly. It's not weird though. I'm not mad at it, and I'm not mad that they use his actual like relative. So there's gonna be some of the DNA in there. Pause. Like that's gonna be something that we can't see from the trailer. It's gonna be like, oh no, this is some real shit. This is some real shit. Another bad casting was Dr. Dre in the NWA movie. that dude that played him, great actor. But what did save it is that he sounded exactly like Dre. Wrong complexion. They had him my complexion or darker, and Dr. Dre is light skin. It is what it is. I don't like that shit. Uh, 480p with high grain made a difference. Yeah, it's so different. It's diffusion. It's just like, oh shit, I can't even. I guess he looks like him. It's blurry, you know. It's different. And they're probably creative with the angle. No, you just felt like it was Michael. I don't know why. Even to this day, I know he looks nothing like him, but in my mind, that's Michael Jackson. And Jason Weaver is Michael Jackson as a kid. Like, I don't know why. Maybe because I was a kid, that's just what I believed. But that shit, I believed it for as long as minutes I've been on. But it's almost 4:19 o'clock too. 4:19. Shout out Erotica. The brand. I gotta bring Erotica back. It's been too long. Shout out Erotica in the chat. It's been too long. I'm kind of like out of my fashion. That was when I was trying to be in my fashion bag for like a year or 2 or 3, or more than that. But yeah, I'm kind of like whatever about fashion at this point. Yeah, I think that's what happened with the shit went inactive. It went inactive. 420. Damn, bro. I kind of want to get off. I guess I should. When I have that feeling, I should get off, right? Yeah. All right, fuck it. We'll end it off 420. All right, dope. This is, I'm going to say, deuces. It was a W stream.